What made you want to come on board to the show, which has a little more edge than we used to see?
Well, I mean, the chance to work with Kevin Hart, the greatest, biggest comedy star in the world, was too great to pass up. He's such a dynamic and funny character and a guy, and this show is based on his stories of his life growing up with his mom and his uncle and his dad, and it just instantly said, "Oh, this is a really funny animated show." And then once Matt and I were not. I didn't know Matt until we started working on this together. They kind of put us together, and we just hit it off right away, and just had a really great time working on it.
I have a few. What drew you to want to do the show?
Oh, other than Kevin, just the fact to do a show. I grew up loving animation. Fat Albert and Cosby Kids. A lot of shows that really was my life. Watching TV, being a latchkey kid and everything. And we wanted to make one of those types of shows that we watched Saturday morning. I mean, we know it's an adult animated show, but it is a kid in it, and so that's what kind of drew me to it. Is just to work with Kevin and also to do a show that would be impactful for this next generation.
Now, for Kevin, it's obviously he's hysterical. We all know that. But he's also going to be a little more vulnerable because it's his life. This is something like, as an artist, just being funny is not enough. He's opening up his soul and sharing with you. How is that process working with him, kind of going deeper into, Kevin Hart?
Well, he was incredibly supportive of us. When we first started working on it, we saw everything he did. We watched all his stand-ups. We read his book. He had a documentary, another series where he went back to his neighborhood just to sort of see, okay, who is this guy beyond who we see, on stage? And he was incredibly supportive of us, and we would send him ideas, and we'd listen to him and tell us this is what he wanted to do. But we would send him ideas, and he'd always write back, "That sounds great." He was incredibly behind us at all time, every step of the way, and just a real great collaborator in that way. A star who let us do our thing, and he did his thing.
Yeah, he trusts us. Which sometimes doesn't happen, and we value that trust. So we eventually got the studio network to know we know how to take this train and go with it. And once we all got on board and started building it out and started getting animatics back and everything, and people just felt like, we have something special here.
And so, is there something? What do you enjoy most about animation? Working in animation, is it more freeing? Is there something you really like as a storytelling device?
I think it is freeing to a certain degree, where there's things you can do in animation that you can't do in live action. But I think from the point of view of a writer or showrunner or producer, there's a chance to really craft it in a way that you might not be able to do if you were shooting, let's say, for instance, like a 3-camera audience sitcom, or even a single-camera show, where we're able to get in and work with the animation team, work with the editors, and even with this show, we were creating an entire world, which is always fun, like on a new show. It was so much fun working with the animation team to discover, okay, what do the characters look like? What do the backgrounds look like? It was just, that's the kind of thing that, if we were making this live action, we'd put a camera in the middle of Philadelphia and start filming, but we had a chance to sort of shape the world, the look and the feel of the show from square one.
Right. And before, in live action, the showrunners don't get to act with the actors, but in animation, we're in a booth, a sound booth, and we're interacting with them. So we read the lines with the actors and get to act and get into it more. And to me, I feel like that's something that you bring about so many more jokes and so many more opportunities to see things a different angle when you're acting it out with the other actors.